Welcome back to a live broadcast here from the IPFW Mastodon. I'm Christy Walker along with Steve Brailsford, and we're in the middle of introductions here, and we'll catch you up with those as soon as we can. Right now, though, we're going to take it down the floor and let you see the introductions for IPFW.
And now, your IPFW Lady Dons. At one guard, she's a 5'7" junior from Waterloo, Indiana, number 45, Tina Lanier. At the other guard, a 5'10" junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 44, Amy Hogan. At a forward, she's 5'11" sophomore from Ottawa, Ohio, number 54, Kim Recker. In the middle for the Lady Dons, a 5'11" junior from Jeffersonville, Indiana, number 43, Pam Edwards. And at the other forward, a 5'9" senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 24, Lisa Miller. The Lady Dons are coached by Eileen Kleinfelter and assisted by Diana Small.
And we'll get ready to go on this one. It should be an interesting game, Steve.
Interesting change in the starting lineup. Kim Recker getting a start tonight in place of Shelley Sands. The rest of the starters, the normal crew that have taken the Lady Dons to a 14-4 record so far this season, 7-2 in the conference. They lost last week after cracking the top 20. Fell to Northern Kentucky on Thursday, but came back and got a win at Indianapolis on Saturday. So the Lady Dons tied for second place in the GLVC behind undefeated St. Joe.
That was a tough loss for them, finally making the top 20 in standings, and one loss to Northern Kentucky the next game, and they were out. And that's a tough break for IPFW, but they're hanging in there, and they're in their last half of their season, hoping once again to get a bid to Division II NCAA, and that's possible as long as they stay where they are. And talking to Coach Eileen Kleinfelter earlier this week, she had to say that, you know, they really need to key on one game at a time here and basically just win each one of those, and that includes beating St. Joe, who is their only loss here at home. And that was really earlier this season, and that was for IPFW's first home game. So we'll see what they have to say to them later.
Yeah, but a little walk there.
That's right. Right now, though, we're playing Southern Indiana, and it's a very young team. And there's a basket by number 45, Kathy Lauk. And that is one of their starters, along with number 14, Laura Perrick, number 13, Glenna Bowers. And if I can catch in on the rest, number 25, Sherry Kaiser, and number 44, Jeanette Elkin. IPFW looking to get some offense started. They get it inside to Edwards, and she misses that one, but is fouled. And
nice
Edwards,
clean shove.
Edwards has been pretty crucial under the basket so far this year. She's played excellent ball. She's taken it to whoever has come up against her under the basket and pretty much said, you're going to have to take me on to get a basket, and I'm willing to take you on to put one in. And obviously you could see that there.
And she leads the league in rebounding now, 9.7 boards per game. Hits the free throw.
Southern Indiana with only one senior on their squad. That is rather a young team, and I'm sure they've got a lot to work on, and it's going to be hard for them tonight as they play on one of the toughest floors probably to play on in our conference. The Dons like to play at home, and we'll see what they have to say. I'm sure Southern Indiana wants some revenge from being beat on their own home floor. And that shot is no good. An air ball by number 25, Sherry Kaiser. And it's IPFW basketball.
Lady Dons off to a good defensive start.
Tina Manier brings the ball down for IPFW. And there is a forced travel by number 13, Glenna Bauer, as she was all over Tina and forced her to pick up that the foot on the floor and give the turnover to Southern Indiana.
Nice defense.
And that shot is no good.
Good hustle by Amy Hogan there. I think Lisa expected to draw. Oh, Kim Recker's wide open. They don't see her. I think Lisa was expecting to draw a foul on that drive, and the whistle was not forthcoming.
Pam shoots from the top of the key, no good, and the rebound is off a lot of people's hands, and that's a break.
We got a break there.
What a break for IPFW, as they thought that the ball went off Southern Indiana, so it remains the IPFW's basketball. And Amy Hogan will inbound to Miller, who turns, shoots, and gets that one. Lisa Miller was wide open under the basket, and it was a nice, easy one for her.
With Lisa Miller's next free throw, she'll set and hold the NCAA Division II women's career free throw record.
And Lisa Miller has right now currently holds 14 records. And I'm sure, like we were talking about earlier, she will hold a lot more.
We could list them for you, but we've got to get this half of basketball in.
That's right. You could go on and on. She's a great player for IPFW.
There's a near turnover. Yes, it is.
IPFW just needs to settle down a little bit right now on their offense. They haven't been able to quite gel and get it to work. A little bit more communication out on the floor.
The are they the Lady Screaming Eagles or just the Screaming Eagles? I didn't get that information. They're
we
a
have
pesky
the Screaming
bunch.
Eagles, but we'll see. And there's another basket by number 45, Kathy Lauk. And it's a tied-up ball game right now, 4-4, but it's very early here in the first half. And Lisa Miller looks for an open lane, runs into all kinds of traffic, and they're going to give her a charge. As number 14, Laura Perrick, took the fall.
Well, I tell you, the problem we have out here, Lisa's 5'9", and the guards for the Screaming Eagles are like 5'5" and 5'7". They're really, really slight. And I think Lisa didn't see them.
Yeah, I don't know, but they were all over, and I'm surprised the charge came out of that, and there was a traveling violation for the Screaming Eagles and IPFW, and there's a carry. Tina Manier just couldn't quite get the handle on the ball. Tried to bring that hand down to keep it from carrying it, but the referee saw that.
And we'll see Jamie LaRue here for Tina Manier right now.
I think the coach is just looking for something to happen out there on the floor, and right now it's just not going anywhere.
I would guess it's almost a concentration problem right now. Seems like every once in a while, especially at home, the Lady Dons take a little time to get rolling, and then they get rolling.
When they do, watch out, but let's hope that they stay close. Meanwhile,
a little traveling music there.
And we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to stay with the Screaming Eagles.
It's like Elkin a couple of times has taken a stroll, and there might be an optical illusion. Isn't this a Lady Don ball, maybe? Yes, it is.
And yeah,
because the Eagles won the tip. The refs are having trouble getting into the game.
Official scores table changed that call, so it'll be IPFW basketball. And Shelly Sands coming into the ball game, and Shelly, the last 6 games, has scored in double figures and has really come in to help IPFW's offense, and we'll see what she can say about that tonight, as IPFW only has 4 points on the board early here in the first half. And there's a steal.
Turnover.
And LaRue almost had the rebound, doesn't. Eagles come up with it, and they're shut off in the corner, but they get the ball inside. And that shot this time is no good by Lauk. And Lisa Miller ends up the rebound.
Southern Indiana, scrappy bunch. They're 2-7 in league play, though. 7-11 on the season, but they put out a lot of effort, obviously.
Well, this man-to-man right now is causing IPFW just a little bit of difficulties. Lisa Miller takes it on her own, and that shot was just a little bit off. And IPFW having trouble to get the basketball to fall right now. And that was kind of a quick shot, not really a good one for the Screaming Eagles, but Laura Perrick thought she had it.
She's so tiny, she just split through the Lisa and whoever else was back there on defense. That was too bad she missed the layup for her part.
Ken Edwards drives the lane, shoots, doesn't get the roll, almost her own rebound, but has to back off. And that's one thing that IPFW's been very proud of lately, is their rebounds, both offensively and defensively. And they haven't really got into that realm tonight. And until they do, I think they're going to see these kind of problems. And we got a couple substitutions. Tina Manier is going to come back in, and for the Screaming Eagles, number 21, Heidi Bullock, and also number 22, Danielle Slaughter, coming in for the Screaming Eagles.
Still 4-4.
Dawn Dressler also entered the lineup for IPFW, and I have a feeling Eileen just pulled Tina out to give her a few words of wisdom and how to maybe lead this team into some more offense, and we'll see what happens. But there's Lauk again, once again hard off the glass, and it doesn't go. And Edwards with those swinging elbows, which I said earlier this week I would not want to be under her elbows as she brings that ball down.
Good point. And we have a foul on Shelly Sands.
And those are the ones you don't need away from the ball.
This is a very odd game.
And that's Shelly's first, the team's third foul. So the ball will go out of bounds to the Screaming Eagles. Coming into the lineup for them also is number 54, Jennifer Needhammer.
She brings some size into their lineup.
Southern Indiana, a fairly quick team. They can definitely get around. But IPFW pulls down that rebound. Lisa Miller stops, pulls back, hands it off to Tina, and Tina will get this offense set up this time. They're looking inside, nowhere to go right now. Dressler almost loses the ball, but gets it off to Edwards. Pam just nowhere to go, takes the shot, doesn't get the roll. Dressler gets a rebound, and I think we're going to have a foul before the shot. It's number 22, Danielle Slaughter, and I'll watch here for the call because every once in a while we get those wrong.
Yeah, it's her. Well, she was riding on Dawn's back, so it had to be her. Dawn got good position inside for the rebound.
Coming in for the Eagles is number 32, Shelly Scott. And I think the Screaming Eagles are also doing the same thing, just trying to find something right now to work on the floor, and if that means trading in people, they'll do that. Miller wide open.
Lisa can't buy a foul.
No, doesn't get the shot, got her own rebound and really wanted the foul there and couldn't get it. And the shot is...
Oh, there's a good foul.
Up and no good because she was definitely fouled, and that was number 13, Glenna Bauer. And she was fouled by Tina Manier, and that's her first.
Here we see the replay. Dawn just got her on the, or Tina got her on the wrist.
And I guess if you're going to cause the foul, you might as well make it so the basket doesn't go and have them try to earn it from the stripe, and the first one is good for Glenna Bauer.
Surprisingly, their leading scorer, 14 points a game.
And she gets both of those, so I guess either way she was going to make the basket, and it's 6-4 right now. The Screaming Eagles lead IPFW in this ball game. In their previous game, and I know it's early here, but it was 93-77, and oh, Pam Edwards found the open end of the floor and put that one up and in off the glass. And she gets back for defense.
Walk.
And we have a traveling call.
I thought for a minute they were going to call a foul on Edwards, but the whistle came before she fouled her, so.
I did too. That was a quick effort. She scored down at the other end, moves down, and gets right back in the play for defense. Forced the walk probably because she was back so quickly. Oh, nice cut by Lisa Miller, and she can't buy a basket, and that one rolls in and out.
2 plays now. They've gotten a player all alone underneath. That time Lisa couldn't convert. Another travel, I think. The ref is explaining something to Coach Kleinfelder and signaling travel at the same time.
Well, I think Eileen might be questioning some of the calls that we've had up here, and that Lisa Miller, if those aren't falling, and she's looking at the ref like there was a foul, there was a good chance there probably was, and she just may be questioning if someone isn't hanging on her arm or off her side.
Or pointing it out anyway.
And Lisa didn't get that one to fall, but we're going to have a foul on Shelly Sands as number 32, Shelly Scott, had position.
Foul on number 35, Shelly Sands, her first, the team's third.
And it's all tied up here, folks. 6-6, 13:29 remaining in the first half. Rather a slow start offensively for both teams.
Both teams missed the extra points.
Well, it's a cold day outside. That's probably the reason. It's kind of cool in the gym even. Screaming Eagles looking for an open person, and that shot's no good, and Sands pulls down the rebound. IPFW with a chance to put some more points on the board. Dawn Dressler wide open in the lane. No good.
Didn't need that.
Gets her own rebound. Finds Edwards open. Edwards puts it back up to the point.
Tina may be a key tonight, hitting the three-point shot.
That's one thing IPFW's worked on.
Yes.
We're going to have a block this time.
Dawn Dressler will get a couple free throw opportunities here.
And that'll be on number 21, Heidi Bullock.
Her first, the team's third.
And that's the team's third foul. And we'll be shooting 2 on this one. Dressler puts the first one up, and it falls. IPFW shooting very well on the free throw percentage as a team this year.
They lead the nation.
Lead the nation in Division II, and that's it's nothing light. That's a good average.
0.746 shooting percentage from the free throw line, and it just went down.
Edwards gets a rebound though, puts it up through a lot of traffic. No good. Lisa
There's
Miller.
the foul.
Lisa said, I'm going to get a foul off of this one, and boy did she power that one up and definitely drew the foul.
Fouls on number 51 on the team's fourth.
Lisa Miller has scored double figures in all 18 games this year, and that makes 76 straight for her career, and that's a lot of games to be in double figures. And that just, once again, we said we can go on and on, but that just tells you what kind of a caliber of a player Lisa Miller is.
And if this free throw is good, and it's not, well, I'll save what I'm going to say for the next free throw.
Right.
If this one goes in, she'll have hit more free throws than any other woman in Division II history. And she does.
She does.
631. Let's save that ball.
An NCAA Division II career record of 631. She will now be presented with a flag donated by the North Sales at Fort Wayne.
I'm glad I brought that up, because they're going to give her a little
glad you did.
presentation now.
Boy, they're going to take a quick break here in action to do that, and that's quite an honor.
Yeah, a rose from a Mastodon.
And a standing ovation from the crowd, and that's well deserved as Lisa continues, like we said, to set more records, and that's a definite honor. And we have 9 more games after tonight, so you can imagine where she's going to stand after this whole thing is over. She's ready to put that plaque down in that flower.
Yeah.
I think she's really ready to honor that after this game. She wants to stay in concentration, where she finally got a basket off the foul line.
And she probably got a foul call. She's had at least 3 attacks to the basket where it looked like she was fouled and nothing was called. And I'm sure that's what Coach Kleinfelder was discussing with the referee, not what he's calling, but what he's not calling.
That's right.
But we get Lisa on track. Lady Dons look like they can get their offense moving. The defense appears to be there, and now that they're going to bring it out a little bit and pick them up across half court, and it works.
And so IPFW will come down the floor at the basketball, and we'll see if they made any changes there on that timeout. Lisa Miller almost loses the ball. Finds Sands open. Sands dumps it back out to Tina Manier. That's one thing Tina and Amy Hogan and some of those Shelly Sands are going to have to start shooting from the outside. They're looking inside. It's been pretty closed up, except for Miller makes the move there, doesn't get the basket. Some scrappy ball. Southern Indiana ends up with it. And we're going to have a jump ball, and this time it will remain Screaming Eagles basketball.
What a nice defensive play by Shelly Sands to break up that break. We'll see Amy Hogan come back in here.
Like we were saying there, we've got to get some outside shooting going, opening up the lane there for Edwards and Miller, and causing Screaming Eagles not to be quite sure where that ball is going to head up from. And that's something that they've worked on this year so that they have some versatility in their offense. And a three-point shot, and that's definitely no good. It fell a little bit short, I'd say, of the basket and the backboard, and IPFW will have the basketball.
Air ball. Air.
Well, I was being a little nice, but okay, it was an air ball.
Well, that's not the first one they've put up tonight. They may be having trouble judging the basket depth.
And Miller gets the ball, but nowhere to go. They're covering her up inside pretty well, but Edwards is open, loses the ball, and they're going to call her that she stepped on the line. And she shakes her head as she figured she had that one back in before her foot went down.
Turnover plague first half for both squads. Unofficially, I've got the Lady Dons for 4 now and Screaming Eagles for 5. Bauer
There's
shoots.
another 3-shot. Oh, that 3-pointer falls by Glenna Bauer. And there she found the range on that one.
Well, she is their leading scorer, so you figure at her size, it's got to come from the outside.
You'd figure, but who knows? She finds little openings like she did the one time. I guess some of the points could come from the inside. And we're going to have a foul away from the ball, and I believe it's going to be on number 14, Laura Perrick, and it is.
Foul on number 14, Laura Perrick.
Still not a shooting foul.
It's her first, team's 5th foul. IPFW take it out of bounds. They get it into Sands, and we have an immediate foul there on number 44, Jeanette Elkin. Sands just had a little bit better position on the ball, and Elkin looked like she reached around and got a hold of that one.
44, Jeanette Elkin.
Kind of a risky pass to throw there, but now after the next foul, give the Lady Dons free throws. Another risky pass.
Sands doesn't get to that one, and it's 11-13, and it's 9-8. The Screaming Eagles of Southern Indiana, and boy, what a low-scoring game right now.
Here comes Dawn Dressler back in for Amy Hogan.
IPFW picking up at half court, trying to cause another turnover for the Screaming Eagles, but they get it inside.
There's a foul. No basket.
Tina Manier left her feet a little early, I believe, thinking that she was going to shoot, but instead she was going to drive in a little bit further, and she caught Tina off guard. Tina had nowhere to go on that one. That's her second foul, team 5th. So Southern Indiana will also get the ball out of bounds as they close in on the free throw line.
Nice block.
Oh, and there.
But unfortunately, it's put back up and
There
in.
was a shot by Sherry Kaiser. IPFW trying to get their offense in. I was going to say moving, but we got a foul here before before Shelly Sands was going to go up with the shot, and that was on number 44, Jeanette Elkin, and that's her second, I believe. And that's a team 7, so we should be going to the line in a 1-and-1.
Shelly averaging 10 points even on the season. Didn't get the start tonight. Kim Recker went in, but after just a couple minutes, Shelly came into the game, and she's stayed in the game.
She doesn't get the first one. Dawn Dressler gets the rebound, though, so IPFW has another chance here to basket. Out front to Manier. She looked at the 3, but got covered up there fairly quickly. She's going to shoot it there.
Yes.
And sinks it. And that will help if we can get something going on the outside. If the outside shooting can open up the inside, IPFW should pull back into this ball game. Right now it's tied up at 11-11, 10-20 remaining in the first half. And it's just kind of been a slow offensive ball game for both teams. And
Shelly Sands.
I think the coach stomped her feet there for Southern Indiana, as Annette Elkin was basically under the basket. All she had to do is put it up. Most likely would have drawn a foul. Instead, she passed it back outside, and Shelly Sands ended up with the basketball.
And Lisa's going to the line. Now we have the 1-and-1. Lisa can probably get to the free throw line a whole lot this half by just making the drive she makes. The inside people for the Screaming Eagles don't seem to have the quickness on defense to match up with the Lady Dons. They've got Needhammer in there to try to fight with Pam Edwards for rebounds.
And that was Needhammer's first foul.
Lisa picks up only her 3rd point. No wonder it's only 12-11 in the first half with 10 minutes to go. Another deflection by Shelly Sands. She's hustling on defense tonight.
Glenna Bauer ran into some problems there, but just bounced the ball off IPFW. That way they can inbound it once again and try to get things under control. And there was a nice save and a basket by number 25, Sherry Kaiser. And without Kathy Laux, quick movement underneath the basket to throw that ball back in, it would have been a lost ball for the Screaming Eagles. Pam Edwards, she's going to roll in the lane, dump it to Sands. And Shelley fell a little short
tonight.
It's all tied up, 13-13. Lauk looks inside, drives, and off the glass.
Lauk's drives aren't picture perfect, but she's getting the points. That's her third basket. And there's a turnover. Oh, good job by Shelly Sands as the Lady Dons get the ball back on the alternating possession.
IPFW is going to call for a timeout here. And there you can see part of the bench and Eileen Kleinfelder, who wants to sit down and talk to him a little bit. And we'll see what they have to say. We're glad you could join us tonight on College Access Channel, Channel 6 on your cable. It's a good evening to sit at home and watch some basketball on TV.
You bet.
Nothing like your hometown school.
Lisa Miller, 4 points on the night, 2 free throws, make that 3 free throws, make that 4 free throws. I think I've got her score wrong. Let me look at this. Meanwhile, the College Cable Access Program Guide provides information about our programming, including IPFW sports telecasts. To receive your free Channel 6 program guide, send your name, address, and zip code to College Cable Access Center at IPFW, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805-1499, or you can call at 481-6582.
Yeah, I have Lisa unofficially with 1 basket, 3 free throws.
Yeah, I have her with 1 basket and 3 free throws, but for some reason I didn't mark down that last point. She has 5.
5 points for Lisa. And
that's what the official score says too, so
we know we're right now.
And IPFW right now shooting 20%, 3 of 15 shots in the first half.
That's definitely way under their regular percentage. And they get inside to Edwards, and she travels. A little bit of help there from Glenna Bauer. She's caused a little bit of trouble for IPFW tonight.
And the turnovers, that's the number 10 now for the Lady Dons. Screaming Eagles have 6 so far in the first half.
Bauer's going to drive, and she gets blocked by Edwards. But Needhammer finds the basket. She's rather a big girl under there, and I don't have her. She's a 6'2" junior. Shelly Sands finds the basket and gets 2 of her points tonight. As a matter of fact, her first 2 for the evening.
Maybe that'll get her fired up. It seems like the Lady Dons just lack a little intensity, a little fire out there. They're almost playing well, but they're on offense just not quite getting it done. Like a lack of concentration or something.
Pam Edwards with a short shot.
There's a foul on Shelley, I'm sure. Nope. Yes, it is. And on Sands, that's at least 2. Now, wait a minute. Now it's a IPFW ball. Shelley was walking down court like it was called on her. But it looks like it'll be Shelley shooting the free throws.
Well, I thought it was the way he turned around and looked like he was following her on the floor. And we're going to see the coach there, Dugan from Southern Indiana, also a first-year coach for the Screaming Eagles. And I think she thought it was the other way also, but Shelley gets the first one.
She can tie it with this one. I shouldn't have said that. I apologize.
It's 17-16, Southern Indiana's ball game right now.
I'm the biggest jinx in the world. Oh.
And boy, does Jennifer Needhammer find the basket from the outside. And I tell you, for the big girl and a little bit of experience, she just put it up. She was wide open out there. And she got the three. IPFW almost turned over the basketball. Lisa Miller gets it off the glass this time.
Need to get Lisa going.
That shot's no good by Lauk.
And it's got to be a foul on Lauk. And it is. So that'll send Shelley to the line for a couple more free throw, at least one free throw.
A little bit of frustration after that missed basket, going back after the basketball.
Here, have a replay of that. Maybe it's a video problem. Shelley hitting, going for the 1-and-1.
Makes the first one. And we're having a little bit of video difficulty right now, so hang in there. If you can hear us, we'll fill you in on what's happening. And the second one is up and also good. So we have Shelley with 5 points so far this evening.
So it's tied.
It's 2020. 2020. Sounds familiar, probably because it's a TV show.
I believe we have an injury now.
That's right. We have a player down on the floor, and that's Lauk.
We didn't see what happened to her. But she's going to walk it off, I think, although she'll have to come out at least for a play or so.
And ready to come in her is number 51, Annette Elkin.
Here's the replay. Might have just had a shoe stick to the floor or something. Back into the game for the Screaming Eagles, number 51, Annette Elkin. She replaced number 45, Kathy Knott. Be that as it may, the Screaming Eagles still have the ball.
And Needhammer puts it off the glass. It's no good. Manier with the rebound. And Amy Hogan misses Recker wide open under the basket, and that's the second time she's been really open.
Now Pam will go to the line. Pam's been scoring big as of late, up to about 16 points a game. You ever see the replay of that? She gets fouled on the arm. She'll be shooting 2. Looking for point number 5, and she gets it. Here we go. Nice drive, good cut to the basket, and drew the foul. And that puts the Lady Dons back in the lead.
And the second one is also good. And the Screaming Eagles are just hanging in there, as IPFW really hasn't got anything really great going on the offense so far. They've put the baskets in at least enough to even up this game, but not to the intensity that we have seen them play so far this year. Ann Leakin came into the ball game there for IPFW, and that shot was blocked, and IPFW comes up with the basketball. Laura Perrick, and there's where you're talking about her points from the outside. She definitely found nowhere to go underneath. And there's another basket by Lisa Miller. She drives the open lane.
Lisa's up to 9 now, looking for double figures. I think it's safe to say she'll get double figures tonight, as she does most every night.
Right.
And we have a charge. A travel. Good solid defense the last 2 trips down the court by the Lady Dons, forcing turnovers. Well, they're setting Needhammer down. That's good. because she's got size, and she also obviously can hit the three-point shot.
I'm surprised they didn't have her shooting it a little bit more there. She hit that one really solidly. Recker dumps it into Ann Leakin. Ann finds nothing but traffic underneath. She's going to try it again, and this time she's going to draw the foul.
Ann gets underneath so often and gets killed because she's just not that tall, but she battles.
That time she was able to get the ball up off the floor.
Take a look at this. She passes the ball out, gets it back, and a little bump there by 54 or 44.
And we got a timeout from the Southern Indiana Screaming Eagles, and it's 24-20 IPFW with 5:40 remaining in the first half of play. Like to be a little mouse and just listen in on some of these timeouts here to find out what these coaches are trying to get their players to do.
Well, she's probably, Coach Kleinfelder, I'm sure, wants a little more emotion out of the ball club. They still haven't got that fire, that spark yet. Lisa Miller's shown signs of getting her rhythm going. She's had a couple good drives to the basket. She's got some free throws down as she's been drawing the fouls. And we'll be right back for more GLVC basketball action after these brief messages.
Lies beget lies.
God, you sound like Mother.
Well, she happens to be right. Lying is a vicious circle, and there's no way out of it.
And Annie hits one or two free throws. That's IPFW's biggest lead, 5 points. As they've only scored 25 points in the first half with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left.
And Screaming Eagles look inside. The shot is up and the roll is good by Annette Elkin. Annette checks in here tonight as from a 5'11" sophomore. A little bit of height inside. Pam Edwards is going to try to drive the lane, shoot, no good. She gets her own rebound. Second shot's no good, and we're going to have a tied-up basketball.
Pam leaving players in her wake there on the fight for the ball.
And the possession arrow stays with IPFW.
The late Screaming Eagles have a pretty good inside game going for them tonight. For a team that we thought would be perimeter dominated.
Well, they're playing IPFW.
Oh, how about a foul there?
Definitely a foul. They're playing IPFW in a man-to-man, and that's causing some problems for them, and I'm sure that's something Eileen will talk about at halftime.
Lisa continuing to stretch her career free throw record, NCAA Division II.
And she rattled the first one in. We'll see what she has here for the second.
See the replay. Bang on the arm.
And down for the count. And the second one is also good. Coming back in is Amy Hogan and Shelly Sands for the Lady Dons. And Annie Leak and Dawn Dressler take a little bit of rest on the bench. IPFW once again picking up the action at half court. But the Eagles have pretty much found a way to get it down the floor and inside, but there's an outside shot and it doesn't fall. Pam Edwards with the strong rebound. IPFW trying to pick up the intensity of this game a little bit, I think, which would be to their favor. They get it inside to Edwards and up and off the glass, and it's good.
Let's take a look at that drive by Pam Edwards. She turned around and found herself wide open, took a dribble step and got fouled and got the bucket. See that from close up. Nice drub. Yep, she just took it to the hole.
And that foul was on number 25, Sherry Kaiser, her second. And it's a 8-point lead, the largest lead of the ball game for IPFW. 30-22 with 4:28 remaining here in the first half. IPFW also applying a little bit of pressure of their own. And we'll see how well the Eagles can handle it.
They don't handle it well.
They did handle it well. They turned it over. So IPFW has the chance to stretch this one out a little bit more before the half ends.
Well, slowly but surely, the Lady Dons defense is really frustrating the Screaming Eagle offense. They've completely bottled up Angela Bauer, or Glenna Bauer, their leading scorer. And except for some perhaps defensive lapses inside.
Shelly Sands finds the open shot but doesn't get the roll, and the ball's going to stay IPFW. Is knocked out of bounds by Screaming Eagle.
Still a slight lid on the Lady Don basket, but they're getting to the free throw stripe.
And this time Amy doesn't have any problems getting the ball in bounds. She finds the open shot from the outside. No good.
Short.
Gets her own rebound. And that's what IPFW is going to need. Inside and outside shooting so far, or in this game this evening, because they've had problems just trying to go inside with the basketball. Edwards can't pick up that foot before she puts the basketball down, or in that case will cause a travel. Another violation for IPFW, and Screaming Eagles get the ball.
Lauck's back in, so whatever injury she had was a minor one, and it's not going to keep her out of action. Almost a walk there.
Shelly had got her hand on the ball, but they retrieved that one out front, and Bauer's going to drive in. She's not going to get the roll, but she ends up with the rebound. I think she pulled that right out of Dressler's hand. And Bauer's going to get the rough call on that one as Tina Meniere's on the ground with it, and Glenna just kind of rolled over as they were trying to both get out from underneath the basket.
Fouls on number 13, Glenna Bauer.
Yeah, I don't think Glenna should be venturing underneath too often like that. Yeah, she just has a little bump, not much of a foul, but we'll take it.
Tina just got her hands on the ball first is basically how that one ended up.
Well, this makes up for the no calls that Lisa got at the other end earlier in the ball game.
And Tina bricks the first one. Screaming Eagles come down the floor quickly, and Bauer's going to get a blocking foul. That's going to be on Lisa Miller.
Glenna is quick. She's got a good first step. Lisa couldn't quite get there. But it's only the 16th foul on the Lady Don, so they just take the ball back out.
Shot inside, no good. Tina Meniere with the rebound. Looking down court, no one was open. Edwards holds up to get the ball as Tina stopped her dribble. And then they give it back, and Tina will set up this offense.
She did the wise thing there. She stopped before the 10-second line, not after the 10-second line, so she could take her time to find a person to pass the ball to. Nice lay in by Pam Edwards. Suddenly it's a 10-point lead.
And there's a
Maybe
steal by
more.
Lisa Miller. And she dumps it off to Shelly, who couldn't get her hands on it. It kind of went off her feet.
Shelley disagrees, but the ball's going over to Southern Indiana.
And number 25, Sherry Kaiser. And for the Lady Dons, number 44, Amy Hogan.
Got Gail Bridgewater briefly in the ball game. Now she's back out for. I don't even have room for her in my score sheet. She hasn't scored yet tonight.
Oh, nice pass inside to Lauk, and she's going to get the roll.
That's 8 for Lauk. She's almost single-handedly kept Southern Indiana within striking distance. As their leading scorer, Glenna Bauer, is not getting the points.
And there's a foul away from the ball on number 25, Sherry Kaiser.
Sherry's trying to hide right now.
her third foul. And Edwards, I believe, was just cutting back up to get the basketball and kind of missed that one, how she got caught. But I know that Chancellor Deegan didn't like it.
How that happened right here. It was just kind of a trip. She tripped over Lauk, and Lauk couldn't believe it.
Well, neither could the Southern Indiana coach, but that puts Edwards on the line for a 1-and-1. And the first of that opportunity is good.
11 tonight for Pam so far.
And Pam also gets the second one. And Leakin's coming back in, gives Shelly Sands a break. And also coming in will be Dawn Dressler. And there's Shelly on the bench and Dawn coming in. Lisa's going to get a little bit of a break after that first half. Screaming Eagles continue looking inside. And they find Elkin. And that's Jeanette Elkin, as there's two players, Jeanette Elkin and Annette Elkin on this team.
She just kind of threw that one at the basket and it rolled in.
Amy Hogan looking for an open person, gets it to Manier. She tries to get it inside to Edwards, but Kathy Lauk was there to grab that ball. And it's Screaming Eagles, and an outside shot, no good. Edwards pulls down the rebound.
Pam definitely controlling the defensive board.
Amy Hogan looks inside, finds Ann Leakin. She puts it up, no good. Pam Edwards with the rebound, and she gets another basket.
Tipped the ball to herself.
It's back to a 10-point lead with 1 minute remaining here in the first half. 36-26, IPFW over Southern Indiana. Oh, and I thought that was a foot out of bounds. Ann Leakin tries to save it, gets it to Edwards, and the foul's going to be on number 45, Kathy Lauk.
Once again, good defensive positioning by Pam, and it was just kind of like a jump ball or a rebound that was thrown to her, and she'll go to the line for a couple more free throws.
And that was Kathy Lauk's third foul, so they get her out of the ball game. No, they're going to, I think they're going to get her out. Needhammer's going to go in for her.
They definitely can't afford to have her pick up a fourth foul in the first half.
Pam Edwards once again at the line. This time it's a little short, but Amy Hogan gets the rebound, tries to put it up, and it didn't go. And we're going to have a foul on IPFW as they were basically mugging Jennifer Needhammer under the basket.
We'll take a look at that. Yep.
Pam got her first. I don't know if they all didn't get her once, but Pam got her first, and that's who gets the foul, and that's her first. And that puts the Screaming Eagles at the bonus line.
Needhammer with 5 points tonight, including a three-point bomb.
She gets the first one. The second one is short, and Screaming Eagles get the rebound.
Could have been a walk there.
Needhammer from the stripe, no good.
Oh.
Rebound by Dawn Dressler.
Thought I heard slapped wrist on that one, but Lady Dons come out with the ball.
About 1 second difference on the shot clock, so IPFW can pretty much run this one out. If they don't throw it away first.
Maintain possession, you're right.
Looking on the inside, and we find Kim Recker in there, but we have a foul away from the basketball.
And I think Pam Edwards will be going to the line. Or is it Tina?
Foul on number 54.
No, Pam.
And that's on Needhammer. It's only her second foul, but Pam Edwards, once again, like you said, goes to the stripe. A chance.
Pam at the 14 mark.
And she sinks the first one. Pam playing a marvelous game here offensively for the Dons in the first half. Definitely for her keeping them into the ball game, as Lisa Miller really hasn't been able to get going. And she misses the second one. Southern Indiana has 7 seconds to get the ball down and a shot off, and they get it down up and no good. Oh, and we're going to have a foul on Tina Manier. And she was not sure about that one at all. I think she figured she just had a clean block. And that's her third foul. And with 3 seconds remaining, that was not a real good one for Tina to pick up.
Take a look at that.
Back in the game for the lady now, number 20.
Or not. Here we go. They were screened out on that play.
And the first one's no good by Laura Perrick. And we're going to see this one from a different angle, and we kind of caught that one as Tina kind of got her, but it wasn't a major foul with 3 seconds left, but the refs, I guess, decided they would call it. And the second one,
and she was fouled from 3-point range,
That's right.
so she's getting 3 free throws, but she's not taking any advantage of it. One left. It's short on all three. Just hold the ball. There you go.
And it's a 10-point ball game. IPFW 37-27 over the Screaming Eagles from Southern Indiana. And we're glad you could join us in this first half of play. We're going to go to a halftime, and we hope you'll come back with us in the second half.
There's one unhappy coach.
Vince, get up. Safety belt. Mandrell.
You're right. Someone listen. Let's hit the road.
You hungry, partner?
Let's do some donuts on the way in.
Good idea.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
There was this guy, a nationally known sports hero. And then I got busted. As a result of my lust for cocaine,
I was totally out of control, and I didn't even realize it. That's what's crazy about cocaine. I had a beautiful family, a big house in the suburbs, everything I wanted. Then I got into cocaine, and I almost lost it all.
I was crazy from cocaine. I couldn't live without it. That wasn't me. It was somebody else.
It's a lie that cocaine's not addictive. I didn't choose to be an addict. Quitting cocaine was...
One night, my heart freaked out. I thought I was going to die. I risked my health, jail, and the people who love me.
some of you know exactly what I'm talking about because you're taking the exact same ride.
Anyone tells you cocaine's not addictive, they lie.
Cocaine, the big lie. Call 1-800-662-HELP.
This is the new improved Robert Klein. I gave up smoking. Take care of your lungs. They're only human.
The American Lung Association, the Christmas Seal people.
Their lives are fuller thanks to health care, water, and food provided by you and the Interfaith Hunger Appeal.
Here's a Channel 6 Sports halftime report. I'm Alan Banks. One of the premier men's college volleyball tournaments took place here at IPFW this past weekend. 4 top 20 teams got together for the Fort Wayne National Bank Pepsi Invitational. Friday's action saw USC taking out Ohio State in 3 straight games and IPFW beating Penn State in 4 games. Saturday's championship match pitted 10th-ranked IPFW against 4th-ranked USC. Last season, USC beat IPFW twice. Would it be any different this time? Let's see. The fans came in droves Saturday. A record crowd showed up to see if Arnie Ball could pull off the upset. From the outset, IPFW took control. Raul Papaleo stuffs USC's opening serve for a side out. The Dons take the lead as Norman Almodovar on the kill. The Volley Dons also showed some defensive intensity. After great digs, Almodovar gets the side out off the USC block here. Moms, dads, and students are thrilled with that moment, and it's down to game point. Ball serves up a winner, and Almodovar gets the block. It's a 15-7 Dons win in the opening game. Still 2 games to go, though, and some fans are still worried. Second game, USC comes out tough. Mulholland gets the big kill for the Trojans. IPFW also stays tough. That's Ball serving one up to Ralat. Off the block, USC takes a 7-6 lead. Then the Dons take control. Ralat again with the big play, sure to thrill the masses. Game point again. Ralat is getting the kill there, and the fans can feel the upset coming. In the third match, the Dons take an early 2-0 lead on Papaleo's kill. USC comes back and takes a 12-9 lead when Neil Day scores there, and IPFW is roaring back. Ball keeps it in bounds here, and we're knotted at 12, but we're not out of the doghouse yet. Brian Herman gives USC a 14-13 lead, and we're down to crunch time. The Volley Dons keep up the pressure, though. Here we're going to see DeRocher going long for USC, and that puts IPFW up 15-14. And we're just about ready for game point here. Collins serves it up, and the Trojans can't find it. IPFW shows spunk, intensity, and athletic ability in the upset over previously unbeaten USC. And, of course, that wasn't 3 straight. IPFW 15-7, 15-12, and 16-14. And if you should happen to see Loy Ball around the campus, give him a couple of pats on the back and an attaboy because he was named tournament MVP. This week's rankings find IPFW sitting at the 5th spot. That's the highest any Midwestern team has ever been ranked. As a matter of fact, it's the 2nd highest any team east of California has been ranked. In 1988, Penn State was number 1. This is also the highest a Division II team has ever been ranked. IPFW takes on a team from Guelph, Canada this Friday at the Multipurpose Center. This past weekend saw Lisa Miller of the IPFW women's basketball team tie an NCAA record for free throws made in a career. In a Lady Don victory at the University of Indianapolis, Miller hit 8 free throws to tie Valdosta State's Shannon Williams mark of 630. After splitting last week's 2 games, Coach Eileen Kleinfelter's 20th-ranked Lady Dons are tied for 2nd place in the GLVC with a conference record of 7-2. Overall, the Lady Dons are 14-4. This past week, the men's basketball team extended their winning streak to 5 games. On Thursday, junior Mark Allen came off the bench to score 21 points in a 93-87 Mastodon victory at Northern Kentucky University. Doug Reinke, also a junior, led the Dons with 16 points in a 97-69 victory over the University of Indianapolis on Saturday. The 15th-ranked Mastodons enter the week with a 14-3 record, 7-2 in the GLVC. That's good enough for a share of first place in the GLVC. For Channel 6 Sports, I'm Alan Bangs.